You know, today's something special we want to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about Sturgis, but you could probably almost do this at any event. Have you ever thought about getting married at a rally?
Or renewing your vows, maybe.
Stay tuned and see all about how to do that, and we're going to show you how one we did.
There you go. Stay tuned and find out how.
A couple approached us last year in 2022 and said, you know, we'd really like to get married at the rally. And their name is Mike and Patsy. They wanted to get married at the Buffalo Chip. So we did some phone calls, did some checking, and we finally made this all happen. But we're going to tell you a little bit about how you can do it, and then we're going to show you their wedding and show you who did their wedding so you can get an idea of how you might want to do this event. If you'd like to have some help, we're happy to help you out as much as we can, depending on our time and locations of where we're at during those events. So here's what you got to do first off. First, you got to decide, you got to find somebody you want to marry first. And you got to see if they're going to come out to Sturgis. So that's the second thing you want to do. So the next thing you gotta do is you gotta find a venue. Now we did the Buffalo Chip. You can also do a lot of other venues that are out there. And the idea of this is a lot of this doesn't cost very much money. Actually, the ceremony itself for us, in our case, didn't cost anything. So the things that you have to look at is, hey, where would I like to have it at? So you can do it at a whole lot of different locations. You know, we did it at the Buffalo Chip. You can do it over there at the Full Throttle Saloon. You can do it at the Iron Horse. You can do it at the Knuckle. You can do it at...
You can probably go out to Rivers Canyon, anywhere you want to do it. Out there in Sturgis, a lot of people want to get married in Sturgis.
So if you want to have the idea, you want to get some more information, you can email us down here to this email. We can give you some helpful hints and kind of find out what you want to do and kind of guide you to that way of doing it. So the next thing you have to do is you have to find somebody that's going to officiate your event. One of the nice things about the Sturgis area, there's a lot of ordained ministers. Actually, I'm one. That you can do weddings in South Dakota. And you're going to find somebody at the end here. We're going to show you who did ours. So you never know who you might be able to find that's going to do it. But there's usually somebody always around at a lot of these locations that will do this. So first you got to contact that location and say, hey, we want to do a wedding. Now we did one at the Buffalo Chip and we did it on the main stage before everything started on Friday. Now, somebody else had a wedding actually the same day, and they had it up at the crossroads up on the decking. They had it up there. So it kind of depends where you want to have it. There's a lot of options out there that you want to do. Now, the other nice thing about what the wedding that we had done was we were able to get a catered food put in. So they had a lot of people that came in. They had about 20 different people that as guests that came. 10 of them were motorcycle people, 10 of them had nothing to do with motorcycles. So they came to the rally. You'll have to find places for them to stay and all that kind of stuff. Or maybe it's just going to be you two get married and that's going to be the end of it. Or you're going to renew your vows at one of the locations that we're talking about. So you can get that meal catered. They had it catered. It was behind the stage. You can have something set up. You know, a lot of these bars, if you let them know you want to do this and you do it, you know, an afternoon wedding, you're not going to have too much trouble setting up having dinner like even at the Iron Horse, or you're going to do it at One Eye Jack's, or you're going to do it over there at Loud American. So there's a lot of great places there that have some great food too. So once you get all that done, you kind of got everything situated. Well, you also have to go down to Sturgis, downtown. You got to get your marriage license.
Yep, and you both have to be present. We found that out.
Yep, to pick up your license and get it all set up. And you also want to make sure that whoever's doing your wedding, they do have a license to do it in South Dakota and also in the county. They have to be registered at the courthouse too. So if you're bringing somebody, make sure they're registered so your name that they sign that authorizes your marriage is
makes it legal.
Yeah. So that's a neat thing. So that way you get a wedding, you get a certificate that will actually say you were married in Sturgis, South Dakota, which is, I think that's kind of neat if you're a motorcycle person. But if you're not, you want to renew some vows. We're actually talking some of the venues that we may do some mass
renewing of the vows.
Yeah, and so that might be something you might want to look into here in the next, in the next year or so. See if there's an interest to get into that. So let's right now, we'll jump into the wedding and we'll show you what we did at the Buffalo Chip and what Mike and Patsy did. And we actually had a special guest, and we'll tell you who that special guest is because you might look at him and go, who the heck is this guy? It was actually the mayor of Sturgis. So we had him come out, he did the ceremony, he didn't charge anything, he was just glad to come out and do it for him. And it was a very short service, so let's jump right into it and we'll show you what that's about.
Hello, I'm Mark Karstensen, I'm the mayor of Sturgis. Welcome to Friday night of the 83rd Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. We started out here, it's a little wet, but it's still beautiful, so welcome to the Buffalo Chip, pleasure to be here. We're going to do a quick wedding here. One of the vested powers from the state of South Dakota is that I have the ability to marry people. Michael was quite vigilant in making this happen. So this is going to be quick, but thanks for joining us here. We have gathered here today to take part in the most time-honored celebration of the human family. uniting a woman and a man in marriage. Patsy and Mike have come witness before these people to tell of their love for each other. I have one verse I read here to make it part of what I do. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always preserves. Love never fails. So we got vows here. Mike has some special ones. Please raise your right hand, sir. All right. Do you, Michael, solemnly swear to uphold and protect and defend Patsy and I from all enemies, foreign and domestic?
From all enemies, foreign and domestic.
To love and honor and cherish in sickness and in health.
To love, honor, and cherish in sickness and in health.
To remain devoted in bad times and forever grateful during the good times.
To remain devoted to the bad times and eternally grateful for the good times.
And to forsake all others and have you as my wife until the day I die. So help me, Lord.
To forsake all others and have you as my wife until the day I die. So help me, Lord.
All right, Patsy, your turn. You get to answer with just a simple I do.
Go, Patsy!
Patsy, do you take Michael as your husband to love and honor, cherish in sickness and health, to remain forever devoted in bad times and forever grateful during good times, and to forsake all others, to have as your husband until the day you die? So help me, Lord. All right, we're going to exchange some rings here. When you put those on, say, with this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
All right, let these rings be a symbol of their eternal love for each other and the fidelity to one another. And by the power vested in me, by the providence of God, the good people of Sturgis and the great state of South Dakota, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
So that's how simple it was. You know, when we thought we had another camera to show you the bikes out there, they all revved their engines up and stuff, and for some reason I lost some footage. So we don't know quite where that was at, but Patsy and Mike are still so excited about the wedding. They're still talking about it. Their friends were all excited about being out there. So if you're interested in that, give us an email and we'll try to help you out. Or if you want to try to do it on your own, go out there and do it. But I mean, we just wanted to give this out as a thought, because probably a lot of people have thought about something like this and they're like, I don't know how to do it. Do I have to hire people? No, you don't. You don't really have to hire anybody other than the officiating person that's going to do your wedding for you. They may want to charge you or something like that. But in our case, they didn't charge. The mayor didn't charge anything. He was glad to come out.
There you go. Thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the wedding. We sure did when we were there. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
There you go. See you later.